Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another Cars Diecast review. Today we will be celebrating a birthday in addition to reviewing this awesome canceled diecast, Bertha Butterswagon. This is one of the first birthday requests in quite some time. I think the last one was like late July, early August, something like that. But this upcoming month, September, there are like 9 or 10 requests, so it's going to be awesome. I should have enough time for all of them. It's like 2 per week. It's something crazy like that. It must be the popular month for cars collectors to have birthdays. But anyway, let's get right into it now with happy birthday. Yeah, the happy birthday time. So Dusty Vanderson, happy birthday to you. I hope you're having an awesome, fantastic, wonderful day, and I hope this video makes your day even better. I'm uploading this at noon time, CST, Central Time, so that means it'll come out for you at like 10 o'clock a.m. because I know you're in Cali over there, one of my favorite states. Actually, it is my favorite state. What am I even talking about? But yeah, thanks for the request. I needed to review this car, but I just really didn't get around to reviewing it. So by making it a birthday request, it kind of like forces me to like, alright, RC Cars 5, you need to devote some time to this awesome diecast here. So thank you, Dusty. And yeah, I hope you're having a great day. Maybe you even got some cars for your birthday. That would be sweet. Now, if anyone else out there would like to make a request of their own for their birthday, the most important rule is that you submit it at least 1 month before your birthday. I absolutely need that advance notice so I have enough time to make it. Maybe I'm out of town during your birthday time, so I have to pre-record that video. It's essential that you do that. Otherwise, I simply can't do your video. It has to be at least 1 month before. No exceptions. I'm sorry. I just can't do any exceptions because then I'd be making exceptions for everyone and I keep like pushing it back. So there has to be a structure. Also, check out the video in the description called How to Suggest and Make Birthday Requests. It's another must watch. Otherwise, you might make a mistake in your request and then I simply can't do it. You have to watch that video because there are some important guidelines for it. And it's only like 11 minutes. It's super simple and straightforward, so please watch. I'm not even looking for the views. I don't care about that. I'm not like view hungry and asking you guys to check it out just for that. I want you to make a valid request. But anyway, enough of that stuff. Let's just get on with the review of, like I said, a canceled diecast. So let me explain what that means. Canceled, unreleased. It never made it to store shelves anywhere in the entire world. Now you might think cars like Brian the souvenir vendor is canceled, but that's not the case because it did make it to some stores, just not in the United States. So essentially, if a car does not make it to any store shelves, then it's canceled. But cars that did at least make it to some stores, yeah, not canceled, just probably canceled in a certain region, but that doesn't, warrant the entire title of canceled. Like recently, I, myself included, thought that Road Trip Fillmore and Red with their trailer and wagon were canceled. But they showed up in Belgium in the package in stores, so they're not canceled actually. But seems like a pretty limited release for them. But this one did actually get legitimately canceled. It was going to be in the final lap collection as a single, and that was the 2010 line. Now, why was it canceled, you ask? No one really knows for sure. Mattel did not come out and say, we canceled Bertha because blank. Obviously, they did not do that. But us as collectors, we can draw some conclusions. And the most likely reason for cancellation was that they didn't meet the due date. They didn't meet their deadline that they set because the factories had to absolutely start producing cars to diecast for the May 2011 release time. And they were already pushed so back. I don't know what caused it initially, but like each case was just delayed. It was delayed so much that the last case or two just had to be canceled. And now this also includes Benny Caliper. Now these are the only two I believe that were still or are still not released. Others were Dan Sklarkenberg, Kit Revster, Percy Handbrakes, and Wilmer Flats without lenticular eyes. All of those now are released, but these two are still missing. Maybe they'll release them in the future. I would not be surprised, simply because they are easy repaints. Now, if you'd like to see my review of Benny Caliper, you can check out the link in the description and the card suggestion in the top right. So it's unfortunate that that happened, but yeah, they just essentially ran out of time. They bit off more than they could chew, in essence. Alright, so now let's talk about Bertha's appearance in Cars 1. Yep, a Cars 1 character, obviously, because Cars 2 wasn't even out at the time. But just really, not really a background character, actually, but she did not speak, so let me put some pictures on the screen. There was that reflective mirror tanker that Mack was driving behind when him and McQueen were leaving the Motor Speedway of the South and were going to LA for the tiebreaker race. And he was just fooling around like Mack would do, looking at himself in the mirror, making weird faces. Bertha drove up on the side there, looked at Mack and was like, "What the heck are you doing?" So that was the face, and that's the face that they put on the diecast here. Like, it's so perfect. It's taken right from the movie, so great job Mattel on that. The expression is really perfect there. So yeah, pretty cool. I wouldn't say background character, but yep, no lines. Now, Bertha did get a nice little feature in the Meet the Cars book, the second edition for Cars 2, because I don't believe that she was in the Cars 1 version. I actually just pulled it off my shelf, couldn't find her. I was like, oh, it must have been the Cars 2 version then. So we're actually going to take a little look here and read the bio. I like doing this for special reviews, like final lap cars that were canceled. I did that for, I think, Percy and Benny, but let me move the camera here off of the stand. Hopefully you guys don't mind. And there you can see a nice picture of Bertha. Her vehicle type is a Ramir Runabout Menv. Bertha Butterswagon has made a mint off her custom line of license plate frames, each one hand painted with a little teddy cars, or with little teddy cars. They've swept the nation and can be found in auto parts stores everywhere. Who knew a homemade holiday gift for her sister would become such a hit? So there's Bertha. You got Duff Rex up there, who was also on the highway, so that's why they're together. So that's actually really cool, and that's why I love the Meet the Cars books. They provide some nice insight and background to cars that you only saw in the background, so that's very cool. So yeah, license plate frame business with teddy cars. Wouldn't it be awesome if Mattel made teddy bear cars, or if someone made a custom of that? That would be so sick. But yeah, so we got down the release, or really unreleased, I guess you could say, and the appearance in Cars 1. So that means it is now time to move into the actual review, which is not going to take long. She's a very simple car. It's a coupe, 2 doors, 1 on each side there. A sedan would be 4-door, 2 on each side, at least to my knowledge. Kind of like a car that you'd see driving around nowadays, you know, just as you're going to school, going to work, whatever it is. Just one of those typical cars. Kind of like a smart car. Maybe one of those Chevy Volts. I don't know if those are coupes or not. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you don't really see that many coupes around nowadays. I don't know. I don't see too many. But still pretty generic. I do love her expression, like I said earlier, because it really matches the movie. She's looking up to the right, which was where Mack was in the movie. You have the nice grill there, black inner part with the silver outline. I like the mouth there. It's open. You can see the tongue, the red tongue in there. Now, since this was the era of mouth plates, like 2010 was really the core of it, you do have a mouth plate here on Bertha, but it's not terrible because the colors match pretty well. That was the really main issue with mouth plates, because like the color of the body would be like one color of, I don't know, let's say blue, and then the color of the mouth plate would be like a darker blue, and so it'd look weird. But on Bertha, it's nice and cool. I like the headlights there, pretty awesome. I like the rims as well. They're pretty cool, you know, not much to them, but they're nice. I like them. Very skinny here with that one door. There's the roof. On the back here, speaking of generic, her license plate is certainly that, ML115. Now, unfortunately, Mattel loves this license plate, or at least they used to, because they used it on many different cars, which makes absolutely no sense because cars cannot have the same license plate number. But yeah, you just have the red on top, white in the middle, blue on bottom, and then the number there centered. But I know this is on Gil. I know it's on some other cars as well. I took out a bunch of cars today to do comparisons of. And so I'm just checking to see if any of them have the ML115. Yep. Yeah, they still love to use it because here's a 2016 release, J. Lowly ML115. I don't know if it has any significance, but unfortunately, they just keep on recycling it. Here is the base. As you can see, there's not much on it, just at or copyright Disney/Pixar China there. There would be more, but since it was canceled, it's kind of like a prototype essentially, and there's the exhaust pipe there. Now, I do want to briefly talk about where in the world I got a canceled car, like RC Cars 5. How is it even possible? Well, some of them made it to eBay. I remember when I was a 9-year-old, there was a seller called My Dog Called Zero. Literally, it's exactly that. Just put all the words together. And yeah, you got My Dog Called Zero. They don't really sell anything anymore, but when they did, it was in the heart of Cars Collecting 2010, and they would get everything in. It was amazing. And they got a lot of canceled cars in. They'd always be auctions, and like, since I was just a 9-year-old, I didn't really understand. Like, I didn't know that they could be canceled. I wasn't just laying around with 40-some bucks. It probably was even more, like $50, to just, spend on cars to get early, or at least that's what I thought I would be doing. I didn't know they'd be canceled. I didn't ask for them for Christmas or whatever because I thought they'd be released. But I did. I do remember seeing these cars on eBay when I was a 9-year-old. I mean, that's what I did in my free time. I looked on eBay and stuff. So I didn't get there, but someone did. A bunch of people did. Then those people, I don't know, may have lost interest, sold to other people. And then I think I got this from someone who bought it from someone who bought it on eBay. I'm going to leave their name anonymous now just in case they don't want to be, talked about publicly here. But thank you so much, dude. You know who you are. Thank you so much for selling me this. Obviously, not cheap. I mean, if you find anyone with these, they're not going to be cheap. So, yeah, I don't mind paying higher prices for awesome stuff like this. But yeah, thanks. I got it from a friend. You just can't find these on eBay. They're very hard to find. You have to have some conexiones, if you guys know what I'm saying. Now, Bertha here is the same model as only one other car, and even that is a little bit of a stretch. You have Polly Puddle Jumper here. You can see they both have kind of like these raindrop models, as I like to call it. Very thin, small, I don't know, a little chunky coupe, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Thin and chunky, but I don't know, they're small. Now, they're not technically the same model because Polly has the hole for the antenna here, but, generally they are the same. You have different expressions, different paints, obviously. Now, Bertha's kind of like a, I don't know, sparkly green, so it's pretty cool. They do have the same rims. Surprisingly, though, they do have different license plate numbers. Polly, thankfully, has one that's completely different and unique to her, I think. And there's Bertha, so pretty nice. I like her side view mirrors, by the way. I forgot to point them out. So yeah, only model that is even like, I don't know, in the realm of similarity. But, excuse me there, I had to kind of do a silent cough, but there are some other models that are rather similar to her, so I decided to bring them out. So there's this one model that is probably the most similar. It's kind of like a thinner, I don't know, a longer version of Bertha here. So here's J. Lowly again. Coupes, of course, but basically elongated. So it's thinner and longer. You guys can kind of get the drift there. It also looks to be a little bit shorter. So basically, if you took J. Lowly and went, and then you get Bertha or Polly. But yep, there's J. Lowly, and J. Lowly is the same model as Coriander, Y-Track, Kim, Carlins, and Marty Brapers. So I did not want anyone to say, like, you forgot to show so-and-so. They're all the same model, so, I don't really have to show all of them, but yeah, they're all pretty much the same. Just do a little comparison there. They look actually pretty cool together, blue and green. It's kind of like Dan Skarkenberg in like a smaller format, because if you guys know, this is Kim Collins, who's the co-anchor for Dan Skarkenberg, who ironically was canceled in 2010 but got released eventually. Timothy two-stroke, not really, but another coupe I wanted to show. Lots of like race fans, basically, are all these smaller cars. Matthew True Blue McCrew, another coupe. A bunch of coupes. Actually, all of the cars I show are coupes. It's a fun word to say, coupe. So there you go. Another The King fan, Darla Vanderson. Look at that, Darla Vanderson, and the suggester today was Dusty Vanderson. By the way, Dusty has an awesome channel. You can check it out. I'll probably put the link in the description below. He makes some great cars content. Here we have Ruka. Pretty sweet as well there. But yeah, just kind of a bigger coupe from Cars 2. And also from Cars 2, we have Suki. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, pretty different, especially in the colors and paint jobs. So, I don't know, was this a long video? I think, yeah, probably was a long video. I go on for a long time about stuff. Sorry, guys. But let me know in the comment section below, do you prefer Benny Caliper or Bertha Butterswagon? They're both canceled. Hopefully, well, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, I'm being a little selfish right now, but I paid a lot for these and it would kind of, it would pain me to see them re-released and sitting on the pegs for $347, but for most collectors it would be an awesome thing because it would give them the chance to finally get these awesome diecasts. So thank you guys for watching. Again, happy birthday, Dusty. Hopefully your day is awesome. Just as awesome, if not more, than these canceled diecasts. And I do plan on reviewing more canceled stuff in the future. I have the N20 Cola Pity coming out in January. I know it's far away, but it's another birthday. It's actually going to be the same person who suggested the variations of the King, which ended up being one of my most popular videos ever. I think it's in the top 10 with like over 200,000 views. So thanks. Thanks for that. And also Dusty Vanderson, this is his third birthday request on my channel, the first being in 2015 of Transforming Lightning McQueen, which was very popular as well. Then Ice Screamer last year, and now Bertha Butterswagon. So I think that's a pretty good streak that he has got going there. Thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye now.